and welcome to the show. You guys caught me one more time snacking before we got started. Welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Yonci. Welcome to the show. I'm live every Thursday night, and we're going to be talking about some interesting topics today. If I can finish this granola bar. This is what we're going to be talking about. I always think that I have longer than 30 seconds, or that 30 seconds is going to be longer than it is, but it's always the same amount of seconds. When you are tuning in, please be sure to comment your city and state so I can say hello to you, see where everyone is tuning in from. And if you are a newbie, excuse me, be sure to comment newbie so that I can say hello to you. All right, here are the 5 things that we are going to be covering today, among a lot of other things. First question posed to the men: what would you like to get for Father's Day? Oh, not Kenny joining in real time. Hey. Number 2, how have your standards changed since your 20s? Number 3, if you have been ghosted, how did it affect you? Number 4, if you've ever felt like giving up on dating, what triggered that feeling? And number 5, what does being seen or really understood by a date feel like to you? So now this is what I get for trying to snack really quick. We got Melanie tuning in, watching from just outside Philadelphia. Good to have you, Melanie. Let me know if this is your first time watching. Kenny said, I'm caught already. Yes, I am. Garnett is watching. He said, good evening. He's joining us, I'm assuming, from Louisiana this time. And we've got Willie joining us from backstage. Let me bring him on. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Don't forget to unmute. Good to have you.
How are you?
Good, thank you. I tried to take a little bite of my granola bar. I thought 30 seconds was enough, and I'm almost died choking. Trying to chew it during the 30-second little intro there. So he said he is from New Orleans, but he's tuning in from Pittsburgh. Oh, okay. Melanie and Garnett, they're both in Pennsylvania tonight watching. Good to have you. Would you like to share what state you were joining us from today?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm in Maryland.
Okay. He's joining us from Maryland, you guys. Yeah. You never know where in the world is Willie. He could be anywhere at any given time. Oh, so I thought I would switch it up. He said, do you need your husband to serve hot lemon and honey and ginger tea? No, I'm actually not sick. I was just being greedy and choked on my granola bar because I was trying to eat it real quick before the show started, and I was clearly not successful. So I'm trying to clear my throat. She said, I tried to catch the Thursday Night Lives, not her first. Oh, okay. Nice. All right. So we are going to get into the first topic. I'm over here fighting for my life. Topic number 1. What would you like to get for Father's Day? A lot of people struggle trying to get good Father's Day gifts. Wait a minute. There's a scrimmage? Who's scrimmaging, Kenny? We were just talking about the fact that my friend, she's really obsessed with football, huge 49ers fan. And she's like, I'm just counting down, waiting for football. And I was like, and I'm over here enjoying every last day I have without football because it's just night and day in our household with football's going on. Kenny said, drink my water. So I'm going to sip some more water so I can stop choking. Okay. What would you like to get for Father's Day? Have you ever got anything good for Father's Day?
Yeah. I have some great things for Father's Day.
Things you could say on the air?
Huh?
Things that you could say on the air? Yes, I know you.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I was about to say things that are PG. Okay, yeah. So this top answer is actually what my brother always requests for Father's Day. He said peace and quiet. Another guy said just a day to do nothing but relax and chill. And despite the popular belief, I personally love World's Greatest Dad shirts and coffee mugs. I love it when my kids pick out a necktie for me. It instantly becomes my favorite tie. And as for gifts from the wife, she knows all I need are some nasty things to happen. Someone else said, nope, I'm good. Someone else said, I don't need anything, but I enjoy seeing my kids smile and snuggling with them. Last comment, I don't need anything except to have peace and only doing what I want to do. I think guys just do so much. And so it makes sense that they just want to kind of just be able to do their thing. My brother loves to celebrate his birthday that way. He's left alone, and usually that means he's going to end up on the golf course. So yeah, maybe that's what your guy needs for Father's Day. So sweet. Oh, you guys are so sweet giving me recommendations. Yeah, just my greedy butt choking on a granola bar. Look at Jacob came out the gate. He said, "Thank God for the show, so I don't have to watch the Colts versus Ravens." Yikes. Dang, his daughter hasn't gotten Father's Day right. My gosh. Tell her to get you a plaid letter. Get you a letter J.
Get a letter D for daddy.
Just gonna sip on that right there. Now, my guy does love a gift. He loves a gift. He's he likes to give gifts, he likes to receive gifts. And he's fairly easy to shop for. He likes a lot of things. So he's pretty easy compared to other people I've had to shop for, and it's really difficult. Some people are just phenomenal gift givers, and it's not my thing. Not my thing at all. Well, Jacob, I think you should come on the platform and share. You know, speaking of coming on the platform and share, you notice how Jacob last week just coincidentally left the stage the whole time we had that last discussion, and then when that discussion ended, he came on the stage. I don't know if you noticed that. You were particularly quiet as well. Yeah, I just thought that was a little bit interesting. I just noted that. We're just gonna move right along. Okay. Next question. Feel free, by the way, to put what you would want for Father's Day in the comments, or if you had a gift that you thought was really good that you gave for Father's Day, share what that is. Jacob said he's confused. When there was that whole discussion, the very last discussion about men being better than women, you had gone backstage for the whole thing. So I was like, hey, where'd everybody go? All right, second topic, second question. How have your standards changed since your 20s? Have your standards changed since your 20s? Almost like
Yeah. Immensely. My standards have changed commensurate with the amount that I've changed since I was 20. I'm 41, so that's 21 years. If my standards at 41 are still the same at 20, I probably not be where I am in life. So say that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll read a couple of these. By the way, if you're just tuning in, I'm reading the answers from the private men's page. Those who are subscribed to my Patreon get to read them every single day. And the names are redacted to protect their privacy. I'm going to read a couple today, but if you want to read the rest, you can go ahead on over to patreon.com/Yonci. Okay, one guy said, I'll be completely honest. I valued looks and chemistry over character and compatibility. This led to a lot of unnecessary drama, but necessary growth in my own personal development. Someone with clear direction in life, someone who values my needs, but also brings value to be respected as well. Okay. Someone who prioritizes solving issues as a team versus attacking each other. The list goes on and on. Someone else said, my standards have not changed at all. I still want marriage, but I give up now. I just don't see this relationship market ever changing for the better, so I'll just stay single. My. I do not, under any circumstance, date women who have nothing to lose. I mean, that's a pretty smart thing. Someone else said, absolutely. And it's not that I wanted in my 20s was lesser than what I want now. It's just meeting me where I am, where I'm at not. Okay, I don't know. Someone else said their standards have not changed. And then another said it's more than looks now. All right. Like I said, if you want to read the rest, you can go ahead and read those there. I do not talk to any woman that has nothing to lose anymore. Yeah, that would just be all bad. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one is about ghosting. Oops. Have you ever been ghosted, and how did it affect you? By the way, if you haven't said hello yet in the comments, please go ahead and drop your city and state. Let me know where you're watching from, and we will say hello to you. All right. If you've ever been ghosted, how did it affect you? Have you ever been ghosted?
No, not yet.
Wow. I remember the very first time I got ghosted, like it was yesterday. It was a guy I was getting to know. It was long distance. So we FaceTimed every single day and great conversations, a lot of, great banter. And it was like clockwork. Every day, talked throughout the day through text, and at night we video chatted. And then Friday came. It was the first Friday. And no sign of dude. And I was like, that's weird. Okay. And then I started getting annoyed. And then by Saturday, I was like, oh my God, here I am thinking all these bad things about this guy. What if he's not even alive anymore? So then I started wondering, like, I wonder if this guy is alive. And then I finally broke down, I think it was Sunday, and I finally just reached out because he was radio silent. And I was like, hey, just making sure everything's okay. Because I remember somebody saying, like, don't just assume the worst. Don't always assume a person's a villain. And so I was like, just want to make sure you're okay. And he was like, oh, yeah, I had a really crazy weekend. Some BS. And then that's when I knew it was okay to block it. Once I knew he wasn't deceased. But yeah, he tried to pull the old, I was really busy, which meant I know now I met somebody and I was entertaining her for the weekend. So, but that was my first time being ghosted. It was very odd. It was very abrupt. It was different. Yeah. All right, let's see what some of these guys had to say. I don't consider it ghosting. Never liked that word. People just lose interest. It happens. One person feels their time and interest is no longer reciprocated or worth it. What's the point? We've entered into a hypersensitive society where mental health is being thrown around like free candy at Halloween. We need closure. We need to understand why is that it's that entitlement mentality. Your and our behaviors are the why. Take accountability. While I've never been ghosted, I just ended my efforts towards eating a woman's ego. Goes both ways. I could not disagree more. I think there's a big distinction between ghosting someone and not being interested. One, you are an adult and you say, hey, I am not interested to continue. And in the other situation, you just completely drop all contact. And somebody did a video, it was like a cartoon animation of what ghosting looks like in person. And these people were on a dinner date just chatting and going back and forth with banter. And then, cuts to the woman and then cuts back to the guy and he's just gone. It's just a chair. She was like, okay. And then a couple seconds later, it cuts back and he's just there again. And she's like, oh, whoa, okay. And I was talking about the people who pop back up. So I definitely disagree with this guy that it's not just someone losing interest. Nobody is a villain for losing interest. To me, you're a villain if you can't communicate when you've been consistently creating this rapport with someone.
That's more in line with how I look at it too. I maybe slightly less care. It's because no, I don't think anybody owes me anything. So, and even if you give me, every day you give me $1, and then the one for no reason, and the one day you don't, I'm not gonna be like, it doesn't make sense for me to be mad at you. I could look forward to the dollar because during the dollar we have a good conversation. Crack a joke or two. I learned something. I could look forward to those things, but I would never feel like someone owes me that. So, if I'm getting to know somebody, and for whatever reason, in the midst of getting to know her, because this happens a lot to men, but as far as we'll be getting to know someone, and then we'll find out that this ain't it. Like it's you find out something about their personality, something about the way they communicate, something about their appearance, something that just to you is just like no. And unfortunately, the majority of women aren't able to receive criticism or any type of critique, in a mature fashion. So instead of creating that, conflict centric scenario, they'll just avoid the person and stop talking to them altogether. So understanding that, I really wouldn't be bothered if someone just up and stopped talking to me.
I think that it's common courtesy, even in the example that you gave, where the person's worried about that other person not being able to handle it emotionally. I think that their desire would be to say something, like that would be their natural inclination, but they would stop themselves because they think the person is going to flip out. I just think it's like we've lost a lot of just core decency. Like there's certain things that, I think are just socially good manners. And when you are getting to know someone in a romantic setting, you are opening up your life to that person. And so I would say that you owe that person to an extent once it gets past a point. Like if you're just swiping on a dating app, I don't think you owe it to anybody. But once you've exchanged information, you've created a routine, I do think that's just common decency to say, you know what, I don't think we're a good match. And obviously if the disclaimer is if the person seems unstable, then yes, I would just exit. But yeah, Don says that person has never been ghosted, so they're not speaking from experience or empathy. I don't know if he's saying he never has or if he just chooses not to call it. I read it as he's choosing not to call it that, which is why I'm saying I think we have different definitions. Well, hello, Blondie. Good to have you, girly. Good to have you. I talked enough trash. I talked him onto the stage. Hello, Jacob.
Y'all are just mean people.
We're just so full of love. So full of love. Have you ever been ghosted?
I'm just gonna leave that where it is.
The so full of love, or have you ever been ghosted, Parton?
Oh yeah.
You?
Oh yeah, that comes with the game. I mean, it's just let me say this. I think we got to really define what ghosting is. I think some people think everything is ghosting. I don't think that's the case. I think some people just lose interest and they just go away. They don't owe you nothing. I think I love what Willie said. Like people just don't owe you anything. I think everybody feels like they owed an explanation or they need closure, whatever that means, and everybody's not. But truly ghosted, yeah, I've been ghosted. I thought somebody was interested and then didn't pan out. And so they just stopped responding. Like we had been out a couple times, like and it just all of a sudden stopped for whatever reason. So, hey, it is what it is. I just chalked it up to the game and kept it moving.
I think that if I was saying to Willie, if there has been an established rapport and you've gotten to a cadence and you're communicating back and forth, that's where I feel like the onus, I can't say that word right now.
Onus.
Thank you. I was like, Otis. Onus. It's too early for me to be struggling with my words. The onus is on the person who has lost interest, I think. I think that's the difference between a mature dater and an immature dater. Because an immature dater is just like, I'm never going to see this person again. Who cares? But yeah, I definitely don't expect it from people, but I think that they should. All right, let's move on to the next question. If you've ever felt like giving up on dating, a lot of the guys in Yonci Nation feel like that. What triggered that feeling?
Oh, hell yeah. When I got divorced, I said, fuck it. Excuse my language. I didn't even want to go outside. I was like, I didn't want to date anybody. I just quit. I was just like, I didn't want to talk to nobody. I stopped. I went cold turkey for a minute.
And why was that?
How you said? Why was that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, we don't have to get into divorce. If you've been through it, it's like if we were together.
You're just saying the trauma of divorce.
Yeah, after 8 years, I was just, and then I walked in, and the judge it was this very just institutional process where the judge like slammed the hammer and was like, "This is over," and I was like, that's it. Like it was quick, it was dirty, it was quick and clean. But I was like, I did all this for close to 10 years, and then he just slammed the hammer. It was over, and I was like, that was a real shock for me, and I didn't want to be bothered with anybody. So I just literally kind of shut it down. I was real antisocial. I didn't go anywhere. I just kind of stayed in the house for a minute. I didn't want to be bothered. So yeah I kind of quit dating. I didn't want to go nowhere with anybody. People reached out. I was like, I ain't going. I ain't coming. Don't call me. I'll get up with you when I get up with you. Like I literally just shut it down.
Your only dates are with your princess, huh?
Shit. And then she got tired of it. She was like it was funny. She was here. She was like, Dad, do you have any friends? I was like,
the audacity.
What do you mean? Why would you say something like that? And she was like, well, I've been here all week and no one's called you. You ain't went anywhere. Like, are you lonely? Like she kind of
not clocking you
for the mouths of babes. She was like, I want you to be by yourself. Like she got emotional. I was like, this is crazy.
Did you tell her you have friends on Thursday nights?
You know, she was what I think was she here watching us? She just walks by and shakes her head when we're talking sometime. And so like she might need to come listen. She might learn something. I don't know.
Let her know you got friends every Thursday
I
night.
got E friends.
Friends.
Yeah.
And you know, it could have been real life friends if you had actually come to Dallas. But,
okay.
I'm just saying.
I don't really have friends. I got E associates. I don't have friends.
All right, let me read some of these comments. So the question is, if you've ever felt like giving up on dating, what triggered that feeling? This guy said plenty of times. No accountability, with their words don't line up with their actions. No character outside of their work or being an entrepreneur. Even worse, when they use you to invite you to events for their business events. Lastly, they want to be outside and act sloppy. Decreases my interest in wanting someone like that. Someone else said, I'm there now. Too many unhealthy people and unrealistic expectations of a partner. I'm looking for a partner, not being someone's parent. Someone else said, feeling like the job market or a degree is easier to tackle on comparison. Someone else said, I give up right now. Either the women are not sexually attracted to me or the women have bad intentions. I'm exhausted. What's the point anymore? There didn't seem to be an easily accessible marketplace for the type of woman I desire. Okay, someone else said, I'm at that point now. I'll read one more. When I felt like taking a break from dating, it's always been from feeling like I was the only one trying to get to know the woman and she wasn't trying to get to know me. Rather, I felt like I was auditioning and getting nitpicked for the smallest of things that are negligible in the long term of the success of a relationship. I'm never going to shy away from courting a woman. I'm a man. But when it feels like a woman feels entitled to this treatment just for breathing, that's when I have to take a break from it all. Nobody's entitled to anything, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to just push through these mistakes, but I'm giving you my time to get to know each other. I'm going to pay for your meal, drink, or whatever kind of date we're on. Okay. That hurt my brain at the end. A lot of guys are feeling frustrated. And interestingly, I do have to teach that to women about the reciprocity thing, because a lot of them do, without realizing it, they are going into audition men, not realizing, well, he has to also like you back, man. So might want to put in some effort there to be desirable. Oops, hit the keys.
We need to make that class free and mandatory for everybody.
No, I said just yesterday, I was like, if I didn't have to eat, I would so just snatch people off the street. And I was like, well, that actually sounds kind of scary. I was like, I would just recruit women and be like, you have to take this class.
Like we need, like they wouldn't say pass, you give them a certification they can put on their profile, like Yonci.
There's like an MD, and then there's like
like you've approved for dating. Like you ready to go back outside.
Oh, you are fit to be outside.
Yeah. I really think, read some of the comments even from the guys, I think some of it just like, I think like, come on guys, suck it up. Like everybody, you ain't everybody's cup of tea. To use Willie's term before, you ain't that guy, you ain't that dude for some ladies. Like it is what it is. Like that ain't the game, that's you. And so
right,
you got to reset your expectations, reset what you trying to do, and find somebody that's really like, some of those examples you gave just seem like, hey, maybe you out of your league, or you in the wrong pond or something, and you need to switch it up. Like now the part about meeting women and it's just not really going anywhere and they're not reciprocating, we'll just use that term. We could spend some time there. I think a lot of women don't really know how to date. I mean, I had to learn to date, and I remember being in church and the pastor gave examples on how to approach a woman. And man, this was years ago. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. Like it was comical how bad it was. Dudes are walking up to girls saying that just crazy stuff. Even the pastor had to stop it many times and just be like, what are y'all doing? And we didn't even know how to approach a woman. And so you got to learn that. And I think some people just haven't learned, and women got to learn how to do their part. I'm big on that part. And I know you guys are giving me flack, like you'll give people a chance, but when you meet people that as you get older, you lose your tolerance and patience. And it's like, okay, I don't have time for this. You're not really trying to do anything. You keep it moving. And I've met a lot of those type of women that really just They just know how to show up and look pretty,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of it.
Nothing
Not
below the
conversational. They don't know how to turn it on. They don't know how to work their magic, I'll call it. And it's just, it makes it like, it feels like going to a meeting at work, and that's not fun for anybody.
Oh, hang on just 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry. My honey sent a really sweet text message, so I had to reply.
So we got to hear this. Okay.
Oh, he was just being really sweet. It's actually nothing bad. He offered to do me a favor, and he said that's the least I can do for you. I was like, why did you say that? He said you've been doing a lot lately as a whole. Oh, doing a lot today and lately as a whole. Very sweet.
What kind of favor is this man talking about?
I know. I was like, that sounded so wrong. No, he's just grabbing something from the store.
Yeah, I see. Okay, keep reciprocating, Ross. Yeah, you look. Even after the deal is closed, she's still reciprocating, ladies. Look at that.
And I told him yesterday. Came in and he had like, we're not the bed making, couple. Like sometimes we get to it, most of the time we don't. So it's like a big deal if one of us makes it, because it's just it's just that vibe when you walk in and it's all nice. And so he had done that, straightened up the room, made the bed, did some other things. And I was just like, oh, and I said, I think we're going to be successful for a long time if we keep trying to outdo the other person with kindness and, sweet things. And so it's very, like, I told him, I was like, I've never experienced this where it's so balanced, where it's like, I have some downtime, I'm going to do this. You have some downtime, you're going to do this. And I really like that we don't have rigid gender roles where I am stuck in the kitchen all the time or he's stuck doing whatever all the time. Ironically, based on the conversation last week, we've had this ongoing joke for the whole week. I told him about the conversation and I was like, I just learned tonight that you're better than me. So anytime that something would happen, like if I made a mistake or I tripped or whatever, I was like, well, obviously you're better than me. So it's to be expected. I've been really having fun with that this week. But I'm glad
you learned it now rather than later.
I know.
It's
really
never
glad
too late.
I know where I stand now.
Never too late to learn, good information.
Just don't forget it.
Never too late to turn into a chauvinist. I know. Oh gosh. There was I'll have to play the audio of I cannot. I just saw the craziest post while trying to scroll. Oh, that is horrible. I wish this was dating related because I would want to put it on there. Actually, I'm just gonna play this audio because this is so apropos. Okay, here we go. I'm scared to play the other one I just saw in my inbox. All right, let's see if you guys can hear this.
A wife and a mother is a full-time job. So if your wife doesn't have dinner ready on time, write her up. You're her manager. That's your job. If she says she's tired and not in the mood to mess around, let her know that her time off is not approved. That's your job as her manager. If she comes to you crying and says that being a wife and a mother is not fulfilling enough for her, stop her right there. Tell her this could have been an email instead of a face-to-face meeting. That's your job as her manager.
Oh my God, that was crazy. That reminded me so much of Old Boy. I cannot.
I don't think that he's that extreme, but I mean it's still funny.
Time off is not approved. I'm gonna have to use that one in this context. Look,
I can only imagine. Okay, so let's see where we were. Okay, so what does being seen or really heard? Am I on the right one? Hold on. Oh yeah. What does being seen or really understood by a date feel like to you? And I'll read a couple. Talking about topics that a man might actually enjoy and anticipating my needs or wants. Someone else said being appreciative of the effort and planning from the man. We're expected to ask the girl out, plan the date, coordinate details with the woman, be entertaining during the date, pick up the bill. all the gentleman things like opening the door, pulling out the chair, walking in the outside, etc. The least you can do is acknowledge the effort a man puts into a date. No one is entitled to anyone else's time or money, but I definitely put in time and money. So acknowledgement of the effort, being straightforward of whether you're seeing something long term. That way, nobody wastes time. And someone else said, I'll let you know when it happens. Oh, moment of silence.
Oh,
God.
Do better, women. Do better.
Oh, but speaking of when you were talking about some guys, just shooting out of their league, I really think that there is a large group of people, men and women, who just don't have social skills. So they just expect they show up and they're nice, then women should be flocking to them. But there is something to be said for sex appeal. There's something to be said for just the little, it's kind of like that book. What is that book? How to Win Friends and Influence People. Like there's just certain skill sets that some people have that make them really enjoyable to be around. And then other people, not so much. So guys really should learn what makes them, masculine. What's that book? The Way of a Superior Man. I believe that's the handbook for men, if I'm not mistaken. Has a lot of really good tips on masculinity. And there is something to be said for polarity both ways. So if you're more in your feminine, it's going to pull out the masculine. And if you're more in your masculine, it's going to attract the feminine. So it's absolutely necessary. All right. So I have only one. There was another one I was going to do, but I was like, it's too controversial, so I'm not going to do it. But this is
on this show. Wait a minute.
Believe it or not, yeah, it's a little too political. I was like, I had second thoughts. I chickened out. But check this one out, okay? You talk about wanting to know if a girl is interested, and can she just let him know? What if she sent you 159,000 messages? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that right.
How? She must have took Willie's AI class to do that. I don't know how you can even do that.
Oh my God.
Over how many days was this?
Only one date she went on. She's a lady in Arizona. She was arrested and charged with stalking. She allegedly sent over 159,000 messages to a man she met on a dating app. The texts were declarations of love and also disturbing threats and signs of escalating obsession. She was later found, you ready for this? Inside the man's home while he was away. How did she get his address? I don't know. And told the police she believed they were destined to be together. The case raised important questions around mental health, digital boundaries, and how quickly online connections can spiral into dangerous territory. Cases like this show how obsession can sometimes hide behind the language of romance until it crossed the line. She got them crazy eyes too. I bet you she knew where his house was because he probably was one of the dudes talking about let's hang out and Netflix and chill. I remember a guy doing that. It was like it was a swipe right. He was like, hey, I said hi. He was like, come over. And I was like, first of all, I actually told him, I said, first of all, I could be a psychopath. Like, why would you? And he's just like, oh, I'm sure I'll be fine. And I was like, no, there really are psychopaths, and you're about to just give me your home address after 13 characters exchange. Like, that's crazy.
Hey, what picture did he see of you? I don't know. So
you think that if that man had took her to the house, that she wouldn't have already been in his house the next? She would have went home. I think she'd have stayed. She would have just refused to leave.
Yeah,
she would have turned into a squatter, like you're saying. It's a rental property, and she didn't want to pay rent. 159,000 messages in 24 hours.
How do you send that many?
That means that she's like texting like 10 at a time before he responds.
And then how are you even adding that? Like, who's sitting there like 1,142, 1,000? Like,
I just did a search, so it was over 10 months.
Yeah.
It was over 10 months.
Oh, thank you for doing the research.
Yeah, it was over 10 months, but still, that's a lot of messages a month, and that's a lot of texting.
Shantae did the first tip of the night. Thank you, girl. Appreciate it.
But
that was a love offering. She said, "Hey, y'all."
She did that love offering. Hey, y'all. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So messy. Yeah. Okay. Did you get any other tea, Jacob, that you can share with us on this article?
No, I'm just looking at it here online. It's it was over a 10-month period. We went on the dating site after just one date. It's in Arizona, so if you're in Arizona, please be on the lookout for this woman. She's in jail without bond for nearly a year. At least she pleaded guilty. Okay, that helps.
Doggone.
Maybe she off the streets. But golly, that's some nasty work. But I haven't had that extreme, but I did have somebody wanted me to come meet their family after one date. Like we went out, and the next morning they were like, well, my family's getting together tomorrow. I want you to come. And she got mad because I wouldn't come. And so, but never to this level. But so there are crazy people out here.
I had a guy wanted me to come hang out with his family on a first date. Like that was the first date. I'm pretty sure I told that story where he wouldn't come get me from the car, and it was insane. This is like the craziest story. So I was messaging back and forth with this guy. I thought he was a catfish because he was really handsome in his pictures and he would never like meet up. This is back in I did not have high self-esteem and I just collected red flags. And so he finally asked me to hang out and he picked like a horrible time. It was like the middle of the week on a work day. So you're driving in LA. If you know LA, you do not drive towards the beach, towards LA in the evening because everyone's driving, So I'm in horrible traffic trying to get there. He tells me to meet him at the beach. His family's having like a bonfire or whatever, a beach day, but tells me to bring my own chairs. So I bring my stuff. It's in the car and I come to park. You have to pay like $8 to park. I'll never forget because of the situation. It was $8 to park. I paid my $8 and I call him as I'm getting into park and I said, oh, I'm pulling up. And he was like, oh yeah, I see you. Because there weren't that many cars in the parking lot. I was like, oh, okay, well, I have my chairs and stuff. So mind you, we've never met in person. So I'm thinking, I'm not about to go walk up to a bunch of people and I haven't even had a chance to speak to you, hug you, whatever. So he was like, no, just come over here. And I'm like, you're really not going to come meet me at the car and like help me with my stuff. He was like, no, I'm sure you'll be fine. It's just one chair. And I said, I'm good. At that point, I was like, I just sat in over an hour of traffic. This is ridiculous. So I said, I'm going to take off. He said, no, you're not. You just paid $8 to park. I was like, you got me all the way messed up. So I did leave. And I remember I was so mad. I called my friend I was hot. I was so angry. And so fast forward, like, I don't know, it might've been like a year later. I was with a friend of mine. Ironically, we were at, is it Tisha Campbell spot? And she has this like spot in Hollywood, this little real small like nightclub restaurant type of thing. So my friend was DJing. So he goes up on stage to DJ and lo and behold, in walks this dude. I had never even laid eyes on him because I never saw him. It was just this big blur of people on the beach, but he looked exactly like his photo. So he makes the beeline straight over to me. I'm like sitting in the prominent area, because I'm with the DJ. And he comes in, he just starts tickling me. Never spoken to this guy in real time, only spoken on the phone years ago, whatever. Doesn't acknowledge anything that had happened. And I'm just sitting here like, the audacity. So I asked my friend if he wanted food, and I proceeded to order all kind of stuff. Ordered for him, ordered for me. And the waitress came by and she said, okay, how did you want to take care of this? I said, oh, he's got it. And I pointed to the dude. And he was like, and pulled his credit card because he knew, right? And so finally I was like, look, we're not going to talk about what happened. And all he had to say was he was intoxicated. He had consumed too much alcohol and no explanation for why he never called back, never apologized, nothing. But I just told him, I said, that was crazy. You expect me to just walk up in the midst of a big old family event and I've never laid eyes. That was probably the craziest dating situation I've ever had. That was wild. Hi, love. Welcome to the show. Good to have you. One of the OGs. And then I had another guy ask me for like $30,000 after one date. He asked for $30,000. Allegedly, his sister had cancer, and I don't really get the correlation, but I was just like, you must think there's a red clown nose in clown paint on my face if you think I'm going to pay that. That's crazy. How you fix your mouth to say that is beyond me. All right, let's see what else we got. Okay, I have a silly one here. I have a question to go with it. Who gives more chances between men and women? Check out this video.
When I say you only get 250 chances to show me that you're not interested in me and that you don't respect me. After 251, I'll walk right out of your life. I don't play, okay? Don't have to show me 251 times.
I thought that was funny. As a whole, who do you think gives more chances, men or women?
Women, hands down, not even close. And then it's children, and then it's dogs, and then it's men.
I think it's not even close. I think it's 100% women. I don't really hear stories. Well, let me not say that. There are some, but it's the lesser, population where guys just getting played over and over and over and over again. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
More chances to do what?
To show that the person's playing with them. Oh, he's defense.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised.
Before you speak, I'm thinking. I don't know. No comment. Like, I don't know. But 250, I guess maybe I'm stuck on that. I mean, so you got to define what chances are. Like,
okay, let's say this.
Hold on, Willie. Don't make that face. I'm like,
let's say you ask a girl out, and the same day, like an hour before, she's like, "Oh, I can't make it." She cancels on you, or she says, "Hey, let me call you back." She never calls you back. Like,
fair enough. All right. Because I think sometimes what I've seen in this new dating age is chances like I text you, the text back, like it's petty stuff. What we're talking about, we plan things and you canceled or you moved on. Okay, fair enough. It's crazy. I got a story recently. Recently, I went out with this chick and we had a good time. It was a good date. And now the screen is bigger. And so we went on this date. It was really a good time. I took her to this gala I went to, and she met some people around me. We had a good time. Mm-hmm. And end of the date, I walked into her car. She pulls off, and I set up the next date. And then the day of, she called me and was like, something came up. I can't go. I said, okay, cool. And then I was it. I just, hey, I moved on with my life.
Yeah.
Like 4 months later, she calls me. She's like, well, I was getting ready. I was doing one of those storytelling events, something I do, and I said, I blasted out to everybody. And she's like, oh, I will come, and she's like, I was like, she said, well, why haven't you called me? I was like, oh, look, you canceled the date. You didn't say I can't go. My mama died, or I can't go. But I would like to go out again. Something really did come up.
Right.
I just moved on. I'm not trying to even find out the reason. And so ultimately, we kind of reconciled or whatever. But yeah, I think I don't have time for that type of stuff. And so I think you just learn clearly some things that are just BS. And that's why I'm gonna be hard on the women. Y'all got to be better. Date us, open your mouth, communicate, tell us what's going on. But that was a clear red flag. But wasn't her intent. She explained what happened. I said, well, you should have said that. I'm not trying to pry. I'm not going to read your mind.
Yeah.
And, I got things to do. And so I just don't have that type of energy. And so that's, women just need to be a little bit better and communicate what's going on with them.
Right.
So anywho, I think that was a clear example. So we went out again. God bless her. But, it is what it is. So
I had a client in one of my groups, and she turned down a guy. She had a legitimate thing she had to do, but I had to tell her that. I was like, but you could say, I am so sorry I can't make it. Or no, he had just offered. She didn't cancel. He offered and she couldn't. I said, but make sure you say, but I'll be available this day, because I said some women are passive aggressive or passive, and they're not comfortable saying I'm not interested. So you don't want it to sound like that. And so I think that's really important for women to know. And guys are a lot more, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, they're a lot more sensitive now. Like we're gone from the days where guys are gonna be begging for a woman's attention, having, you know, the boombox, that proverbial boombox over their head, asking for that date. Like men are more cautious. I think it's probably a better word, more cautious about who they're approaching. And they're also wanting to get feedback and make sure they're not barking up the wrong tree. So
I think women are y'all, you know, I'm gonna make a blanket. I think y'all are devolving in the dating stage. I think men are getting better. Like I agree, men are more talking about their mental health, their feelings, emotions, more than I ever heard in my lifetime. I think y'all are devolving. I think women are getting worse. And so I'm open to debate or discuss that, but I feel like women are getting worse. I think they're doing more professionally and business wise, but on a personal level, I feel like women are devolving a bit, and you get, you know, either crazy stalkers or they turn into the men they want to date. And so I don't know. I'm open to hearing some feedback on that, but I feel like in the dating game, women are getting worse.
I would just say, since you don't date women, it would be hard to really, I mean, you don't date men, excuse me. It would be hard.
I'm just pleased.
I was about to ask, did I miss an episode or something?
That's what I said. I just gonna log off. Like,
are you just gonna tell me what I do? Since you don't date men,
this is why y'all are less. You know, like what
I'm gonna try to do better, Jake. I'm gonna try to do better. But there are a lot of guys who struggle as well. So I think it's unfortunate that the guys who are dating well are not meeting and interacting with the girls who are dating well. The bar is very low, and this is from someone who's been out there, you know, like not spelling out whole sentences. A lot of guys use acronyms. They're not, the bar is just so low. I had one guy reach out to me and I said, because, you know, it's on an app, and I said, it's hard to know people. So I prefer to do a video chat very early on. And he kept just texting me. And I was like, I don't mean to be rude, but I really would like to video chat first, kind of jump things off. So he finally video chats me like a week later, and he does it from his car in the middle of running errands. And it was like he was driving and holding the camera. So, you know, you can just imagine how much his hand is moving, shifting gears and all. I was just like, okay, this is supposed to be your first impression. Yeah, I would love
to get away from his wife. Come on now. Like, he can't talk to you with his wife in the house. Like,
that's a good point. I would love for Renata to bless the panel. She is so angelic and regal. Probably one of the most regal women I have encountered in quite some time. Yeah. I would love for her to be on.
But you know, as we wait on her to join the panel, and we'll wait patiently and for her to join, and looking forward to her joining.
Looking forward.
I think I may offer that this maybe this stuff was going on, but men are starting to openly talk about dating more. I used to get around your boys and we would say, hey, what happened to light skin? And it was men, they wouldn't talk about nothing. And we just move on. We didn't spend a whole lot of time dissecting the situation and trying to understand, like, well, what was wrong? What did you say to her? Like, we just didn't do that. It was like, hey, remember old girl you was telling us about? Yeah, nah, ain't nothing going on, man. And then we change topics or move on to the next thing. And so, but now women are getting, I think, more insight to how men feel. And some women don't know what to do with it because they were never taught what to do with it. So,
and you have in here where men are less aggressive. And so, like before, a woman could barely look at the guy and he's going to pursue, and maybe marry her. But now the guy is saying, like, I actually want energy back. And so these same women who could basically just do nothing but bat their eyes, it's not enough. The guy's like, I'm expecting more. So I do think that some men are evolving and they're expecting more back from a woman. They're not just excited about a pretty girl. All right, we are going to look at a silly one. This one is just for fun. You ever experienced ChatGPT? It always has these like really long-winded endings and closing. This guy put two talk or need more advice. I'm here. He put two phones together and he's having ChatGPT talk to ChatGPT on the audio portion. So watch this.
If you ever need to talk or need more advice, I'm here for you. I appreciate that. It's always good to have a sounding board. I'll definitely let you know how it goes. Thanks for the support. Anytime. I'm glad to be here for you. Take care and good luck with your chat. Thanks a bunch. I'll catch you later and let you know how everything turns out. Take care.
Laugh.
Sounds good. Talk to you later. Take care. You too. Have a great one, and I'll be here whenever you need me. Thanks. Looking forward to it. Have a great day. You too. Have an awesome day ahead, and I'll be here whenever you want to chat again. Thank you. Enjoy your day. Thanks so much. You enjoy your day as well. Thank you. Take care. You take care too. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Talk about always having the last
Bye for
word.
now. Catch you later. See you later. See you later. Have a great one. You too. Take care. Thanks, I will. You take care as well.
I have no more patience.
Take care.
That's wild.
They just kept going. You ever have someone you're trying to get off the phone and they keep making little comments? It's like the salespeople, or not the salespeople, like customer support people. I purposely will say, "You've taken care of everything. Thank you so much. Have a great day." And they'll be like, "Thank you, Yonci. Now have I taken care of everything?" And I'm like, I'm trying to end this and get off the call. That's what that reminded me of.
I hang up too fast. I'm not.
I would
all right.
like,
I'm like, all right, then cool. I'll talk to you later. As soon as I got the I say I'll end up having to call back to be like, oh, you were saying something? Because I hang up the phone quick. I don't like talking on the phone, no way.
yeah.
So if I'm on the phone, it's not going to be a long, drawn out conversation. Like I got about 140 characters worth of words on the phone call before I got to get off, and then after that, it's just all right, cool, I'm out. And then, what pisses me off though is that like then they want to text you, like after we got off the phone, like you've taken up your quota for the day of communicating with me.
Would
Like,
you
the
please
phone-
rate the experience that you had with Pamela?
Fucking 0 stars. Do not recommend.
Was she Pamela? What I miss?
They give you the name and be like, "You just spoke with Jacob. Would you please rate his customer support?"
Oh.
I wish there's a way. There needs to be an app, and I might make it, but it needs to be an app where you can go review people, like leave people customer reviews.
Wasn't that like the tea thing they just?
No, that's not. That was just a bunch of miserable women commiserating and proving that they all sleep with the same men. That anybody that was on the T app is trash. Like that is the bottom of the barrel. Like all of those women deserve all the hell those men allegedly put them
How do
through.
you
And
really
I hope it gets worse.
feel?
So you're talking about like Hinge, where it would be like you
No,
get
it's like
rating after so many days, you get a chance to rate, and then you get like 3 stars or 5 stars or
Some,
you get
or
a tip.
I might call it the comment section or something, and you just post people's pictures and then talk about your experiences that you've had with them, and or just say, but you have to write it like it's a customer review. Like I like reading Amazon reviews because anytime you buy a product, I guarantee you there is a hilarious Amazon review for it. Not just like the adult stuff, but like anything. Like I bought my son a life jacket, and then one of the comments said, "This makes it really hard to drown your kids. Do not recommend." Like there's comments like that, right? So I would do that for people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like, hey, how do you feel? Oh yeah, the customer service on this one was terrible. There was no support. Getting a hold of someone, and technical support seemed impossible. And then whatever the logic support or the install logic option that I requested, it's faulty.
Oh,
It could work, but I think women would ruin it. It would be valuable for guys, but I think women would ruin it. They would
terrible.
they wouldn't be objective in their reviews. Yeah, they would do all the men would get voted down. Every man on the app would have like 1 star.
Unless they had a sexy voice.
That's the crazy thing, right? Because what that really does is again the same way the T app proves that these women are sleeping with the same men. If all men are ending up with 1-star ratings, it just proves that like that's cool. He had a 1-star rating, but he still hit.
Oh my gosh!
Like,
well,
can't take that back.
Yes. Who do you think created that app? Do you think it is a woman or
it's a man?
A man?
Or it's a guy.
It's a guy.
Who
guys looked it
understands
up?
women?
I don't need to look that up because not
I'm
trying to be funny, but women don't do shit like that.
So
Women
I'm
don't create
trying.
anything other than life typically. But you're not seeing women going out here and making eat. And think about it from the monetization standpoint alone, you know it's women because only men pander to women, and they know that there's so much money in that. I would have bet Derek Jackson made that app, to be honest.
You just said women don't make anything. I can't.
Well, no, I said I'm sorry. Let me make sure that my intention was clear. Women usually don't create anything in these spaces aside from life. Like that's their number one charge. So I don't have an issue with men creating the majority of everything else. I mean, especially
In
in
the
the tech.
space, you mean in the space of the universe?
Well, I'm talking about like in the space of like in business. That's what I'm talking about. Like in this instance, that we can bet that the majority of application engineers, like 94% of them are male. So just looking at the math alone, the odds of a woman making this app. Now I will say this though.
We're talking about the app space.
Yeah, the app space. In this space, there's not. Yeah, not like in life in general.
That's why I thought you were talking about life.
Cook.
I was like, there's a lot of
No, because y'all cook, y'all eat culture, y'all do a lot of stuff. But in this technology, like just from looking at how the app was built. So as an app guy, right? When we're doing code reviews for apps, there's just certain things that I'll say that women do when there are coding things that men don't do. Women tend to be a lot more like aesthetically detailed centric.
Right, make it look really good.
Dudes care about functionality.
Yes.
So if you look at how the app was, it really wasn't pretty. It was just basically a board.
Apple is like a woman would create it, and Android is a man would create it.
Yes, that's a great example.
Thank you.
So that's why Android has so many more features than Apple does, but Apple somehow has a stranglehold on our necks and our lives. So, but yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure I would bet money that you're saying based on those the above stated facts that it's a dude who created the app.
Well, there he is.
Yeah,
he was really put off by the experience that his mother had. She had a really negative experience with online dating. She was catfish. She met men with criminal records. And so that was his motivation for creating it. For those of you who don't know, the T app, by the way, this is Sean Cook. The T app allows women to anonymously review and share information about men they've dated, which has led to both popularity and controversy. Now, the funny thing is, I had joked about this years ago and said, what if we could do reviews for dates that we've had? And someone said it wouldn't be called Yelp. It would be called Whelp. I will never forget that. It was like over 10 years ago. So it's funny. They say nothing new is under the sun. It says the controversy, the app has faced criticism for potential privacy violations, legality concerns, and the potential for misuse of information. Recent data breach also raised concerns about the security of user data. That's actually a reason why I thought it would never get made, because I was thinking you're just allowing people to tell their story and there's not really a way to fact check. And so if you wanted to burn somebody, all you have to do is make up a whopper of a story and it sticks to this. If a news story gets out and it's wrong, nobody cares when they redact the story. They just, everyone runs with it,
Y'all can believe that shit that he said about his mom if you want to. This is a white guy that said, hey, I'm gonna make an app, call it T, and cannibalize and prey on the ability or how easy it is to sell things to black women. And if you give them a space where they can commiserate together. And then I can run ads.
It's geared towards black women?
It's called T. Like who says that? Like what's the T? That's a black saying.
That is true. That is true.
So and then listen, another thing, right? So
I don't even see it.
I may have gone through the 2 million database, the 2 million driver's license and database that was leaked, right? See a lot of interesting people in there. I would look for people that I know who would be in this space. And what I've also seen is that there's nobody attractive on that website. Like the active people who are always the ones who are posting, the ones who are telling stories. Exactly, right? The ones who are telling the stories and posting about, they're always unattractive women. And as a guy, when you look at it, you can tell like, oh, well, yeah, he was probably just hitting her because she got a body, but she's ugly. So that's why, like, and her experience with him was, he would only call me at 12 o'clock at night. He would never answer the phone before 5 p.m. I don't know why I kept doing it. And then it's the troll number 2, and ugly girl number 3, they're like, yeah, girl, me too. I don't know what I was thinking. He was cute though, but I heard he don't take care of his kids. And then they start having conversations about what they heard and what they think and what they, what someone told them. And none of that shit ever was going to do it. He knew what it was going to be before when he made it. Like the day that idea came to him, he's like, I'm gonna make $1 million off of miserable black women. And that's what he went and did.
I feel like I should do some research on this.
You'll get approved.
How T works, because it says T dating advice. I'm like, is that the same thing?
So what they're doing is they're saying, hey, they'll post a picture of a guy and they'll be like, how many red flags does he have, right? And then
I'm sorry. On the ad, I thought it was just called T, but there's something that says T dating advice.
That's
it's lime green. That's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it's pretty bad.
Like, everything is anonymous. Screenshots are impossible. Oh, screenshots are impossible.
That's not true.
Are verified. You can access all posts across the entire nation. You can search posts in the country by a man's name. You can set alerts for a man's name. And we donate 10% to the National Domestic Abuse Hotline. We run background checks, check criminal records, search for sex offenders, look at phone numbers, reverse engine search, find social media profiles. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The first 5 guys that I know that I thought would be in the app, when I ran through the leak to see, they were in there. It's the same guys that they always get put in that do you know him group. It's like my friends that are out here and most of them are in relationships, but the girls who have tried to talk to them or whatever and they put them in the group. Like they call my homeboy Jannard, they call him gay every 15 minutes because he's a bodybuilder and he dresses really well. So typically, when guys dress that well, they kind of get it. But
or they wear those really tight clothes that usually get that tight on.
He's always getting called gay. But then, like, if you look at the person calling him gay, you understand, like, you're mad because you're fat and he didn't want to talk to you. Because if you know him, like, that's his thing. He doesn't date girls who don't go to the gym. He's a bodybuilder. He likes fit women. And it's always like the unattractive people that have been disqualified from that man's, affection that have something to say. Like when you get in there, I want you to look and just swipe and just find a woman that you think is moderately attractive. Like read what she says, like give her face a score and then give like the way she communicates a second score and then average that shit and all of the motherfuckers are under 5.
So I thought you're not supposed to be able to get in as a dude.
Well, that's cool. But you can screenshot stuff in the app. You can screen record stuff in the app. Most people, when they were doing it, they were just recording. They were scrolling, recorded from a second phone.
Right.
Like you can defeat that all the way. If you ever want to screen record something and not have the alert go off, pull it up and kind of make it like where you're trying to switch between apps and then screen record that way. And then when you go to another app and then let it go and stop it, it won't let you know that it's screen recorded. Like that's how a lot of niggas get caught up. That's how I've caught when I was helping people catch their like girlfriends or spouses cheating. That's how I would find like girls on Snapchat. Because Snapchat is that's where the most hoeing happens. And that's the way I was able to screenshot without being seen. Because a lot of these people, they'll accept somebody who just looks like something. So whatever dude's picture I'm using, he's going to get accepted. So now I can watch her story. And then like, okay, well, this day you said she was this. It's able for me to build the case and get the evidence without having to, like burn somebody or actually go out there and get it myself. So that T app is no different. The security in the app is ass. The 2-factor authentication only uses 4 digits. That's how they got hacked. And when they got hacked, it leaked 2 million women's driver's licenses. You have to take a picture of your driver's license. It leaked 2 million women's driver's licenses. Listen, it leaked 2 million women's driver's licenses with their addresses and shit. And if you look in Detroit, there's the T app killer. He's killed 5 people. There's a bunch of stories about women that have had their accounts and shit compromised. Like it's a lot of shit that's happening in that app, all because of this long neck dude over here.
Not the long. Wow. Okay, wait a minute. Detroit police debunk T.
That's what I say. How did Detroit catch a stray, man? We over here just trying to live over here, Willie. Man.
Anything bad I hear about Detroit is automatically true. By default. If they said Jesus came back and got shot in a drive-by, it happened in Detroit.
God, that's some nasty work, man. Detroit is trying. We trying. It's getting better. We're gonna have a new mayor soon. We trying.
I mean, y'all got a lot of work. Y'all got a lot to do.
Serious rumor about a serial killer linked to it. It's the #1 free app on Apple. Will let you gauge, post photos of men you're dating to gauge other women's experiences, which are rarely positive. Then on Friday, it was hacked. What they are saying, users have to take selfies with their license to get approved, and 13,000 of them were leaked online. Now the app is beefing up security, but controversy is clinging to it in the form of this AI-generated newscast. It says, the fact that they didn't catch this, they were calling him the teabag killer.
Call it what?
Whoa, wait. So the teabag name, right? I always wonder, like, how do you kill somebody teabagging them? Because like when I play Call of Duty, I make my character teabag someone once I've killed them, right? It's like an embarrassment thing you do. Or you can like take them hostage and ram them against the wall and then be like, take that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's called you diddy him. But the teabag killer, I wanted to know what he was doing to earn that name, because if you killing motherfuckers and then teabagging them, you are a whole different type of killer.
Well, I was thinking maybe that it was the suffocation that led to the death.
But this is what I'm saying, all right? You know how sensitive a man's balls are? Like, I would never be able to use my nuts to do anything. Like, they're the most useless things on our body. I don't know what, and I think that our balls should be inside our body where they'd be safe. But there's nothing that you can't smother somebody with. Like, unless they're like already incapacitated, because they're gonna fight, bite or some shit. And
I didn't put two and two together. Their teeth are right. Yeah, protection.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a very solid argument there. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm an expert on protecting my nuts, so yeah.
That would probably be the least effective way to suffocate someone, because chomp. Okay.
No, you gotta like knock them out and then like give them some sort of like paralyzed where they can't fight. And then you just drop your balls on their nose and hold their mouth closed so they can't breathe. Like and this ain't like law-abiding citizens, so we don't have that whatever that neurotoxin was he used to paralyze Buddy before he chopped him up.
Jacob, like, how is the weather there?
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, yeah. This
is the weather. Is the weather nice? Is it like
the
jacket weather?
Nice, yeah. I was just taking my elderberry supplements here.
I've heard those are really
good for you. Yeah, I was just taking them.
Yes, my friend
taken them already
when I had COVID.
Absolutely.
I really need to take some of those.
Yeah. So they do help. They work, and so I would recommend them.
They're okay.
You take two.
Okay.
Daily. Yes.
Daily. Okay. Now that I know the rest. Thank you, Jacob, for helping me out with that information.
No problem. I'm glad I'm here for you.
Man. All right, let's see. Do I have any more? Yeah, you're out of here, buddy.
Thank God. That's a really scary picture. Like he should use AI or something for his photos. Like that picture, that dude, he looked like somebody I wouldn't trust to do nothing. Like if he was selling it, I'd just leave.
Trust him to take your money.
Yeah. I'm not gonna hold you. If he'd have came to me, I would have tried to invest in this app because I know this shit gonna do numbers. I mean,
okay. So I said I wasn't going to share this, but we'll see how you guys handle this. I'm just going to sit this out here. Just
nope. Free that man. Free him.
I knew you were going to say that.
Free, bro. And this is why I love ingenuity. I love like innovation, and modern day problems, require modern day solutions.
That's some nasty work right there, man.
Like the fact that he was able to do this.
You paid money to get locked up. That would sting.
Well, there's a lot of things that we can pay for that have undesired consequences. Like imagine a dude that pays for some vagina and gets a prostitute pregnant. Like it could happen. But this here is diabolical. Because this, I think, is worse than getting a prostitute pregnant. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you were getting deported back to a country that you've already escaped from. So that's kind of like someone escaping Jeffrey Dahmer's house and the police bringing your ass back,
bring you right back,
and you paid to be helped. So not only did you you finna get killed again, you finna get eaten alive by Jeffrey Dahmer, you're gonna be $200 lighter.
I wonder how he got caught.
Somebody told on him.
But he must have been. You mean someone who got caught told on him, or you think somebody
hated on him, like somebody mad, like
he must have told people he was doing this then.
I think that whoever hacked the T app was mad that they didn't create it, right? Damn. So I feel like whoever didn't come up with this idea was mad that he was, or maybe they were doing it too and they were charging $500. He came in and said, hey, $200, I got you, SA. Let's go, Vato. And then putting people in the back of trucks. So he got 20 people in the back of the truck, 20 times 200. You know what that math looked like. And it's like each way, like boom, one stop, they're back. So now you make one shot, you done made how much money? Like, hey,
this is nasty.
I
want to know how much he made. Like that. Now, if he made like they say $30,000, I would just be like,
that's 15,000 people.
I feel like the detention centers had to have been in on it, because it's not like, I mean, how do you even have that conversation? Oh, excuse me, I've got some people you might be interested in. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they're gonna willingly walk in.
Hey, you want to buy these Mexicans? And I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but look at him. Like, he looked like he might be the descendant of a slave owner. This isn't much new for him. Like, this isn't a far fetched. And his mugshot, you can tell he doesn't give a fuck. He does not care at all. He's not upset. His face isn't all peeved. He's not even sweaty. He's not like, you can tell like he don't give a damn. So he in jail right now. He probably posted bond with all of his, you know what I'm saying, ill-gotten gains that he's made from turning in our brown friends. And he's probably back at home, probably rounding out some more on a bus now instead of a truck.
People said they're going to start a GoFundMe for him.
He's definitely going to get support. People who tend to do those types of things that align with the right get support for supporting things that align with the right.
I just want to know like how that works if you have a truck full of people, because at some point they're going to be like, wait a minute. And then, it's like, did he lock him? I have so many questions on how this happened. Oh my God.
They need to make a documentary about bro, because like this is probably one of the most genius things I've ever seen.
Oh my
like
God.
Concept. I understand the people being hurt. That's not what I'm talking about. But the fact that a guy was like, you know what? I'm tired of Ubering today. I'm about to Uber Mexicans to ICE facilities.
Damn.
And charge my own rates.
That's some nasty
work. And what's sad is they probably paid coyotes
to get them over here.
So they paid to get here, and they paid someone else that.
Oh, this is a cash business, and who they gonna tell?
It's supposed to cost almost. Right. It's supposed to cost upwards of $5,000 to get over here, right? That's the 2024. That was a number for last year. So $5,000 to get over here, and then you spend an extra $200, a little tickle, and end up getting sent back to a detention center. Like, I'd be sick. Because, a lot of them people have to work really hard to earn the money to save to get over here or whatever. Yeah. And then they get over here and come across this crazy motherfucker, and then look at them. Right back where they start. It's like when you're playing Monopoly and you land on go to jail.
Like, do not collect $200. Don't pay $200. Well, Shante brought up something that I definitely was paying attention to. So Instagram keeps coming out with features that nobody asked for. She said, I'm more concerned with IG creating this map option showing everyone's location. So I can't figure out. You got to tell me how, because I don't even know how to look for it, because everyone keeps telling horror stories.
Just turn your location services off. That'll kill it for the app anyway. And then
I think those are off permanently anyway.
Yeah, and you're going to go in your settings, and then it's going to, the second thing from the top should be privacy, and then it's going to be your map, and just deactivate it.
Okay, wait. So location services.
Hold on, I'll walk you through.
You have to go to Instagram from there.
No, so you can just do it on your phone. So you're gonna go to your phone. Go to your phone.
Yeah, I'm on location.
You have an iPhone. So yeah, so go to settings. Type in Instagram.
So on Instagram for location, it says never.
Exactly. So you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, so many people said I never turned it on, and it's doing that, and I'm just like. People were talking about reasons why it would be a helpful thing, but I'm like, I don't know too many people who need the option to let people know where they are at all times on Instagram. Like, that's crazy.
Snapchat does it. That's all they did. They just took another feature from another app that they don't have it, that they didn't have, and put it on themselves.
What is the purpose of knowing someone's location on Snapchat?
So on Snapchat, right, you can zoom out and look and see where your friends are around the world or events that you care about, and it'll show you like, well, so and so did this here, and it's a historical view. So like, say if you went to Snapchat, and I don't even remember what Snapchat account I had back then, but like when I was living in the Middle East, you could zoom out and you'd be able to see all the stuff I was doing over there. Like when I did all my travel, because back when I was living over there, my friends would always be like, where in the world is Willie? And then they would post screenshots of my map from where I was. Like if I was in Europe, if I was in China, if wherever I was at, they would always post that. So I left it up there on purpose because I was overseas, wasn't worried about anything. So I came back to the States now, because now I'm at my house.
Right.
Like you say, I don't want nobody taking a lift to my house and trying to deport me because I look a little too light skinned to be black.
Out of control, out of control.
You see how much time I spend in Ojeda's? Like, I'm surprised that Ojeda's has a staff still, and it's in Texas. Just saying.
I'm done. That went over most people's heads, and we're gonna leave it like that.
Yeah.
Well,
this happened in Texas of all places, but Texas just y'all do some nasty work down there.
Texas just texting.
Hey, Texas is definitely Texasing on that one.
So interesting. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to see what this is all about. Yeah, because we don't went through all of our stuff super quick. Let's see. Oh, it says this might be the end of AI in college. Okay, we'll see if you guys can hear this. And this is all I got for tonight.
They just made it pretty much impossible to use ChatGPT or any kind of AI.
You gotta go turn that shit off.
Because now, whenever I pull up my paper, there's a new button. You go down here, you press it, and then watch writing report. And what this basically does is you press play, and it'll show exactly what you started with, and then what you wrote to like change the text. And then it'll say who did what, how natural it sounds. This one's a bit iffy, but it has pauses, errors.
They're using AI detection in college writing.
And then it shows you how long it took to write the edits and pastes. You can't even just.
Ooh.
Yeah, kids beat that shit this semester. There's other AIs that make it impossible to detect. And then even last year, what they would do is there was like the amount of time that it took. So what you would do is you would just go into a Word document, leave it open, and then paste a paragraph at a time, like over hours. So and then they can see that it's not. AI is they're never going to be anything to do with it. All these advanced degrees, if you're not going to school to be a doctor, some shit that you have to actually practice what you learn in college, your degree is useless at this point.
Wow. Wild, wild, wild. Well, y'all, we might have not quite record breaking, because I think the 15-minute show was our record.
You did 15 minutes at one time. It was kind of tough.
But unless anyone in the comments has an extra topic they want us to cover, I think we went through everything. He says, first the T app, now IG wants to share your location. These fools are on help your ops time. Man, yeah, there is too much going on. Oh, I'm yawning at 8 o'clock at night.
Go on your Instagram map and go look at your friends that you can see, and then just message them and like, I can see that you're at home right now.
I don't know where to go to see that. Where do you go to see the map?
Hold on.
I've literally felt like some old person who doesn't know how to go to stuff.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I have home, search, create content, reels, and then my profile. I don't see where the maps are. I
think the map is usually by their story, but.
Oh, see, there's not like a universal map button. It's just
it was like it shows up next to your story. That's where I saw mine earlier.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, man, this is gonna get somebody murdered. Like this the backdoor nigga feature.
He's a man.
Okay.
So I told my partners to make sure they girls knew, because just in case. But And then he's like, man, shit, if my girl dumb enough to have a location on, she deserves to get kidnapped. I'm like, well, okay.
Oh,
Well, shit.
Instagram map. Okay, let me see if they have an image of where it is because I don't even know what it looks like.
Oh, okay. Go to your messages.
Okay.
Look at the top and scroll over.
Oh, I just saw a picture of a screenshot. Okay. Everyone just is their profiles. None of them.
All right, zoom all the way out. Like pinch it in so it'll show you like. Remember I told you Snapchat will show events going on around you?
Yeah.
It does the same thing.
But wait, from where? Where do I go all the way out from where?
All right, so go to your inbox, right?
Yeah.
You look at like where it says you can share a note. Your map should be, if you scroll over and look at all the people's notes you can see, map. Yeah. It should be a map button. It's right here. It looks like this.
Like a little up top, yeah.
Yeah. Damn it, I don't listen to somebody's shit. Fuck.
No, can you take a screenshot? Because I couldn't really see it in here.
Yeah, I got you.
I only see people's captions, unless none of my friends have that. Oh, it's all above their name. Oh, they all have that. Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Then they try to get you to invite your friends.
Wait,
yeah, they're like, hey, get your friends to come snitch on themselves too.
No, that is those people just put
deport one Mexican for
comment in there.
Pay for one Mexican, get 3 free. Like that's this snitching culture that we have in 2025 is.
So I guess none of my friends are dumb.
Okay, what's the point? Is it just purely marketing? Why we want to know where everybody is and what they're doing at all times?
I've never understood the sharing the location thing.
Or is this something?
I don't think that works in America at all. I think that's the worst thing ever. America is, one of the most violent countries. People have the most guns. We have the highest amount of murder rates. We have the highest amount of violent crime amongst romantic partners and all of that shit. So I would think that this is probably, if I'm the head guy over at IG and somebody presents this to me in one of our scrum meetings or, whatever sprint we're about to work on, I'm probably going to be like, no, G, we're not doing that one. I see why you want to, but we're not going to do that. Because imagine like a dude that actually goes and kills somebody, right? Or a girl who left her location on, and you know how y'all like to curve niggas. You curve the wrong guy and you left your location on, and he find out where you are and come kill you. And then he go to court and be like, yeah, well, I found her location because of Instagram. Like, that's all it's going to take is one.
And then the family going to sue Instagram.
Man, shit, I would too. That should be called Willie Beamingram if one of my loved ones got killed off of, sharing a location. That's crazy.
So right there in the middle, it shows the little map. And I think people who have it have the little, like a little airplane kind of thing right above I'm using my mouse like y'all can see my mouse. Like right above where you see the coffee cups at the top of this first person. It has a little airplane, almost like the little share button it looks like. And then it opens up the map. So that is super helpful. Shout out to the website that had this on here. Oh, this is USA Today. Instagram Map is a new feature on social media that shows users' last active location. The feature is off unless they opt in, but a lot of people said that it glitched and they did not opt in and it still did it.
Yeah, shit was on.
Users can choose not to share location in specific places or with specific people. It's updated whenever they open the app or return to the app if it's running in the background. Parents who have supervision settings for their children have control over their location sharing on the maps as well. This is like a predator's dream. Blank dream. Yeah. How to turn the map off. It says tap the messages icon, tap map at the top of the inbox, tap settings icon in the top right, and then to turn location sharing, choose no one. Or you can alternatively select friends, close friends, or whatever. But I don't even see that. I don't even see that option for the map. So, like I said, maybe none of my friends have it because it is.
Turn that mess off.
Yeah, I don't see the map at all.
The internet gonna be the death of us all.
That's crazy. There was a girl.
Cheaters or something. Are they gonna bring cheaters back and it's gonna be all digital? Like we found you because you left your location thing on or something. Can't even just cheat in peace. Golly.
You know what I think it's funny? Like when people post so much, when you actually get together, you don't have that much to talk about because you're like, I already, they might say, oh, I went to Brazil. I know. I saw your story. or it was my birthday. I know, I saw in your story. Like everything be in their story. Nothing is left to really chat about. But like, how was your trip? Never mind. I know how it is. I saw your story.
I just don't want to be that connected to people all the time. Like
All
it's
the
just
time.
you just know everything I'm doing and everywhere I'm going. You know.
Yeah. No, look.
I may think differently when my daughter starts dating, but so just give me a minute with that. But I don't know.
I don't understand the location sharing with your friends. I could see it maybe if it was like a loved one or a child or whatever. Some couples do it, but like there's a show I was watching, and the one girl said she has her friends locate all of her friends' locations, and she's like, "Oh, every now and then just check in." And so that's how she found out the one girl was hooking up with someone they knew because she was at a location and he was at a location, and then he ended up at like her apartment complex building, and right after, and I was like, "Why would you even have all that on?" I've never done location sharing unless it was like I'm trying to meet somebody or I felt like I was in danger, and so I would share my location until I was safe or whatever. I think I did that on a date before, but like I've never done it just
That's
Is
the
this
date
your
you're not
page here?
supposed to go on.
You the jaded elephant? If that ain't you, is it on the screen?
what?
I see some IG. That's not you, is it? Like,
That was
hey,
from
that's your
USA
secret
Today.
page. That's your other name. Like,
I'm
share my
definitely not
location.
dated.
I share my location with my kids and my woman. That's it. But like, it's one of the things I don't like being around people that share the location. That's one of the. When you ask me why I don't hang out, like I'm not the guy that I've never been the guy that wants to hang out with women. It's because of shit like that. They share their location with 15, 16 people. And the more people who know how to find you, the more vulnerable you are to an incident occurring. So I would hate to have like a party at the house and invite 20 girls, 20 guys, but then each one of those 20 girls is sharing her location with like 15, 16 other people, and then now they can find. It's just I hate that. Like if you had to share location with your friends, you're just being nosy because being too accessible is the worst thing you can be. And like she said, your friend found out who somebody else is fucking. That just means that she knew she was a hoe in the first place. Like that's why she even looked, because she wouldn't even have looked. She would even thought to look if she didn't think that she was like that.
just nasty work.
Yeah,
Out of control.
I don't. Yeah, it's not. If I was a guy dating a girl, I'd be like, "Hey, listen, who you share your location with? If it's her homegirls and shit, and not her parents, I'll just meet you there. Or like, you got to turn because you can't come to my house with your location on.
That part.
Nobody knows where I live for a reason, or for several reasons. You wouldn't. And then if they have a problem with it, then we just don't need to be hanging out by ourselves anyway.
I had the police tell me after I shared my location one time on social media. It wasn't even share my location. I just well, I guess technically it's the same thing, but I checked in, Facebook called it checking in. And I checked in at House of Blues in New Orleans, and we were on vacation. Within 24 hours, my house was robbed. And so the police said, you should not share where you are, which that was common sense. It said you shouldn't share where you are going. That was also common sense. But he said you shouldn't even share where you've been. Because I would always, after that, just like wait until after I came back. He said, because they can triangulate. And so if you check in, now see if I'm like traveling, because they might see a pattern. Oh, every June they take a trip, or she tends to go to these places and all that stuff. And I'm just like, after that, I was paranoid. So if I do something with Monte, like I don't even like to show places we frequent and stuff. And he's like, well, people know not to try me. I'm like, yeah, I still don't want to tempt it though. Like I'm just very private. The older I get, the more and more private I am. Like if you know, but like I won't ever share my city. The most y'all get is Dallas. I'm not going to get real specific on what part of Dallas, and I could never be. I want to be at this place tonight. Pull up. No, not going to do that.
Pull up and do what? Like, I don't know.
Right.
Like this. So it was so they were. I'm totally off topic when you said that, but they would talk. I read something recently. They were talking about young people going out, and they go to the club, and it was like nobody does anything at the club anymore. Like it sounds like it's such a depressing place now. Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take us off topic, but that was recent. It's like
there was a video of a guy
sit in the section and drink and pour liquor on the floor, and it was just like what a waste of time.
This guy posted a video. It took me forever to figure out what the video was about. But he's like, it's a video of him regretting his choices immediately. But it was him and his buddy, and it was just a crowd of people, just like a sea of people, just kind of like moving. They were all just, everyone was going in a different direction, but no one was interacting with each other. It was just this crowd of people. I never forget when I was too young to go to the club, I would watch movies. This is in the 90s. And I'd watch movies and see all of these, these great Black films and see the nightclub scene. And I couldn't wait to go to a nightclub because I was like, oh, this is going to be incredible. Exactly. And then by the time I was actually old enough to go to a nightclub, it was like well into the 2000s. Oh my God. I was like, ew, this is terrible. The music was so loud. You couldn't even hear anybody talk. Nobody was dancing. Everyone's just trying to get wasted. And I was like, I really thought it was going to be a bunch of attractive men and attractive women dancing together. Like, nope, that's not.
Now we had that. Now we had a lot of attractive people dancing. Like we had a good time. But now my cousins tell me it's like you just get a section and you just kind of stand around and talk to people you know. And I guess they share in their location to get killed later. But it's just like he just shared it just was not fun.
Yeah.
So, and then my uncle put in like a video, like show like they saw the Freaknik documentary, and that's my uncle. That's his era. I caught the end of it, but they were like, "Man, y'all had a good time." He's like, "Yeah, we had that's what we used to do." But these it's different now. No. What's all? Wait a minute. So I see. I don't like it when it gets quiet and then all I hear is whoop. Like, y'all doing some nasty work, man. This ain't a safe place.
Dang.
What are you talking about?
This ain't a safe place. Look, for y'all here in the chat, this ain't a safe place, man. Like this is Chavis. Like who else is here in the chat? B Garnett, like Shanti.
First of all, my sweetheart was asking if I wanted a glass of wine. So
she's doing too much explaining. Now, see when they start explaining, something off.
I felt it.
Not a safe place, people. Join at your own risk. Don't share your location.
Look, now if I say we gotta wrap it up. Just kidding.
The ex-military dating coach. This is not safe. Look,
I cannot.
Guard yourself. You're being recorded.
Football season officially start? I have been so enjoying
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, so next month. Okay.
When is your wedding?
Show it while I can. Allegedly.
Okay, well, just don't say that if you don't put it in the chat and look, send it in Morse code. I'm sorry, I forgot that. I forgot what we were doing. Everything's secret now. He ain't supposed to say. Just yeah. Never mind.
Wait, I'll put it. Okay. I just put it in the private chat.
Look, it ain't private. Everything's leaked.
No, that's facts. Let me like backstage leaked from the StreamYard. Can you imagine if StreamYard stuff got leaked?
Look, I've seen somebody type something they meant for the back chat in the group in the chat and was like,
I was this close before.
Yeah, I just sit back and I'm like, well, this is gonna get good.
Oh my God. So a couple of days ago, maybe it was like a week or two ago, I was in a group chat with my man, and it was some juicy stuff. And I was like, whoa, you want to have like a side chat about it. When I tell you I was a nanosecond away from hitting send, I had actually typed it up before I realized I was still when I tell you my whole life flashed before my eyes, I was like, oh my God, it would have been awkward. Because it was so like what you would just say, privately to your person, not like in a group setting. And I was just like, that would have been horrible. And it's not even because of his Android, I couldn't have even removed it. Pterodome, good to have you. We're actually, all three of us have yawned at this point now. Well, we have run out of comments. So if you guys have any topics, y'all had your opportunity. I don't think anyone has had any comments except for Tay. Tay had that really good one. Thank you for sharing. So it looks like I am officially going to wrap. You guys are going to have an early evening.
Go get you some more lemon drops in time with your fiance.
make sure you guys punch your time clock so we can make sure payroll.
I ain't got a check yet. I gotta do my taxes. How can I do my taxes if I don't get a pay stub? With my earnings on it and overtime and all that.
So
this business is terrible. This is what Judge Judy would call a scam.
Horrendous. Shout out again to Tay for the love offering. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it, darling. And I guess I'll see you guys next week.
We may see us tomorrow. We know your location. So I don't know.
Look, might see me in the next 10 minutes. Whoa, Jacob.
I'm gonna show up in DC.
Yeah, Jacob, if you come up to DC, bro, hit me. I'll make sure you at least get a good meal.
Aw, so sweet.
I can't go there. That's a story for another day.
Please don't forget it.
No, shit, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to come to this place either. So trust me, we're on the same page.
I can't.
It was good for the time. Well, anyway, y'all have a good night. God bless y'all. May God bless everything that y'all do.